Many people tells me my job sucks because I produce nothing, or some people even tells me I'm wasting my time. But you know, if you really look at carefully, you're helping. You're helping number one for sure yourself, but thereby you're helping your family. Thereby you're helping the connected, extended family. And then you are sharing the responsibility of your colleagues, and that is helping your colleagues. That's helping the extended colleague, the members of your company. And you know, all this way, and then not only that, it helps the community. Community. And all these are because if you are looking from the helping point of view, you will even find helping position to a weapon manufacturing job. Honestly. But if you look from the negative point of view, yes, negatives there. But the purpose of the factory is to overpower your enemy. Yes, and that is the factory's goal, but not necessarily individual's goal. Individual's goal is to make it perfect so that your factory is great, and so that it will help the members of the factory, the members of your colleague, members of your family, in that way. So that way, sort of, you know, even though it is the negative work, but you can make it positive by your own motivation and by your own efforts. So that's what the clear wisdom will do. That's what the quick wisdom will do. That is what the discriminating wisdom will do. So honestly, and these are all in our hands. So we should live life that way. And even at the end of the work, satisfaction that I did a good job today. Today, I did a good job for me. I did a good job for my family. I did a good job for my colleagues. I did a good job for my boss. I did a good job for my company. So with that sort of satisfaction will also make good. And then it is important when you are giving yourself with satisfaction, and you don't want to be satisfied that satisfaction because I made very big bullet and no one can challenge my bullet. I don't think you want rejoice that way. But you want to rejoice, you worked hard, you worked well, you earn it. You earn it for you. You earn it for your family. You earn it for your colleague. You earn it for your company. In that way, when you rejoice, it is a one motivation. It is a one mental thought of dedication. But it depends on that's why human beings have a tremendous power and capacity. Even though you don't have anything else, and the power of the human being is such that you can trust and bring in that manner. Is how wonderful that will be. I was just thinking, Jonas is recording this, and I was just talking with Jonas just before we are recording, because the news comes and says 3 Americans and overpowered some kind of terrorist guy with the guns and all that, all the AK-47 and all of those. And in the train between Amsterdam and Paris. And the French is giving a highest award to those American and the British guys. And we're talking, and then the Jonas told me, mind you, they're bareheaded. empty hand. They have no weapons. This guy has an AK-47, enough bullet, box cutter, and whatever, knife, whatever else over there. So they overpowered. So exactly, even the nature of the work you are engaged in may be negative, but the power of your mind, power of your motivation, and power of your dedication will make this a little better than negative weapon production. So make it better and positive. From your point of view, is a positive. Whatever the bullet do afterwards, that's a different story. Some people may say, this is not right, bullet will kill. Yeah, bullet may kill, but you're not there shoot the bullet. You produce the bullet. Somebody else shot, that doesn't matter. You're producing also, you are not responsible. You're doing your job. Your boss pays you to do job. So then, but yet your motivation will make that into change. So these are certain ideas of using quick and discriminating wisdom to make even most probably negative job changing into positive. Positive. Similarly, if your job is, as I mentioned earlier, to health service oriented, or if your job is medical physicians, or nurse, or hospital staff, or whatever it may be, in that manner is much, much easier. Much easier because the hospital is totally for the service of weak, sick, and that difficult position of a human being. So you are part of it. It's by nature of your work. It is a positive work. It is a very, very helpful, calming work. But if you have no motivation, then you just went in, you did whatever you have to do it, you worked out, even though you work very hard. It is not that helpful from the karmic point of view, from the spiritual point of view. And even you did not work that hard, if you put good motivation and good dedication, okay, you'll be much better off. So this is probably working smart in the spiritual field. And that is the one point I would like to talk to you, because they're part of, we talked about three, concentration, morality, and wisdom. So they're all very much interconnected. Interconnected. Even your wisdom should have a concentration and the morality. Your morality should have a wisdom and a concentration. Your concentration, be mindfulness, should have a wisdom and should have morality. So to sort of really working these three together as a sort of tool to make your life better, to make your life not only you yourself be happier in life, but your life and that has been, that job you do has to make you itself useful. It make it enjoyable. It make it not only enjoyable and useful, but make it spiritually purposeful. Make your job spiritual. Make your job very good spiritual, fulfilling purpose. A particularly if you bring motivation of love, compassion, and that of body, mind. Mind you, this is, you can do nothing better than that, honestly. It is as good as a meditator sitting in the in the middle of a forest and eating very limited food to be able to just survive and completely getting away from the noisy and disturbing whatever situation and totally focusing to meditative state of love, compassion, or wisdom or something. And this very work that you are working in, wherever you are working with your motivation, with your intelligence, with your purposes, when you do that, it's almost equal. That depends on the individual. And that's why several of the earlier Tibetan teachers, what I was thinking, kanshi kimna nega tarbayu pagbo gyalu marba laso shins. Someone may be remaining in your household daily usual job, but still you have a liberation. The example giving was earlier Tibetan, many of the Tibetan kings and ministers as of the dharmic ministers and kings, and plus outstanding the founder of the Kagyu tradition, Marba, the great translator Marba. So it was giving as an example. Marba lives in his house, he's a farmer. He grows food, and he have people working with him, and he use animals to grow food, and he looks after the field. He brings, he produces food. He give food people. Giving is, of course, virtuous. You can see it. But every activity of his farming work becomes, it is a household work. But even though it becomes great virtuous, honestly, and that is the motivation. That is the dedication. And that is the thought of love, compassion, the thought of body mind, which is ultimate, unlimited, unconditioned, unconditioned love and compassion. And that really make everything different. And that's why even there's a great early Indian Mahapandit, Shanti Deva, who wrote this famous Bodhisattva way of life, give example of this mind, just like gold solution. With that gold solution, when it touches, when it applies to any metal, that metal, whatever it may be, because of the gold solution, which makes the metal gold. In our case, we will think like a gold plating or gold solution applying or something. Gold, maybe that's what we think, that's what we know. However, I was told traditional Indian Siddhic, certain siddhihood or certain accomplishment. certain solution, when it touches certain matter, that matter becomes total pure gold. Which is the olden time. I'm not sure whether it is a Hindu Buddhist mythological story or it is like a Bible story, or like a Bible story, or a Bible story, or like a mythological story. I don't know, but I was when I was a kid learning in Tibet, and I believe it, and that's what happens. And I was also told in India by a number of great Indian teachers that Gandhi utilized sadhus to make a gold to finance that Indian Congress movement against British. Great help financially. In addition to that rich, wealthy Indians' support. But in addition to that, Gandhi applied that sort of, I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard. That's what I sort of used to believe it. But now we are looking at it, the gold matter, a gold solution touch metal is a plating, right? Is a plating. When you gold plated tray, and they will tell you it's a gold tray anyway, right? So or apply gold in everything. So which you can do, and this is like this motivation is just like that. This love, this compassion, this wonderful body mind does that, and then you have that in your own hand, and you know it, and so utilize that, make your life better than what it is. It will make it useful, happy now, and rich in the spiritual good karma for future. That's how you move. And thank you.